So now what I'd like to do is introduce us to another formal mindfulness meditation practice, and this one is a walking meditation. So right now you can come into a standing position, and you need to have a space where you can walk about 6 to 8 paces. So what you're going to do is you're going to stand still looking at 6 to 8 paces in front of you, and you're going to walk those 6 to 8 paces. Then you're going to stand and you're going to turn and you're going to walk back. And really, we kind of just do this over and over again. It's a kind of pacing. On the outside, it can look a little bit mundane, a little repetitive, but it's actually a very profound practice, because what we do is we strengthen the muscle of mindfulness while bringing our attention back to a point of awareness again and again. And what's really nice about the walking practice, I find personally, is that it kind of can replicate our life a little more. The sitting position is a little more artificial than the way we live. But I find there's something about the walking movement that's much more similar to kind of walking around in our life. And we can really get some insight into where our attention is going, what type of thoughts we're having, what type of things we're worrying about or planning. And then we steer away from those habitual patterns. And so it's a really big opportunity to strengthen the muscle of mindfulness. So when I teach walking meditation, what I do is I give 3 options for points of awareness that we can work with. So option number 1 is just like with sitting practice, we can work with the breath. So you're walking and you're taking your 6 paces, but you're noticing the breath at the nostrils. Just noticing the inhalations and the exhalations. And every time you notice that you've become distracted with thoughts, you come back to the breath at the nostrils. So that's option 1. Option 2 is we can use the feet themselves, noticing the bottoms of the feet. So it's kind of a heel, ball, toe movement, and just really feeling the feet against the floor. It's nice if it's possible to be barefoot, but it's fine in socks or slippers or shoes. And with the feet, what we really have to keep in mind is we don't want to have a mental image of the feet in our heads. We want to really be having an experiential sensation of the feet, dropping all of our awareness down into the feet. So that's option number 2. And then option number 3 is we can use the movement itself as our point of awareness. So we're walking, 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 standing, turning, 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 standing, walking, walking. And again, just really kind of dropping out of the thoughts and bringing all of our attention to this motion. With the walking, standing, turning, it is possible to use the words as kind of like a mantra. So you can just kind of be saying in your head, walking, 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 standing, turning. And what quickly will happen is you'll be walking when you're thinking turning, and you'll be turning when you're thinking standing. And those are great opportunities because they'll remind you that you're not totally being mindful of the movement. Your mind has jumped along to different topics, and it makes you come back. And so the reason I give 3 different options for this practice is because this is your practice. And I really want to encourage a kind of playful, experimental type of attitude for this practice. So that means we need to try out different things. So it might mean you start and you've made the choice, the breath, and then as you're going along, you're finding it's not quite working. And that's fine. Just make a little shift to the soles of the feet or the movement itself. So we're going to start now. So I want you to come into a comfortable standing position. Just really feel your feet rooted on the ground. And then when you're ready, you can take your first step, starting our walking meditation. So we're walking, And when you hit the end of your 6 to 8 paces, you're stopping and turning and walking back. And just keep walking. I'm just going to talk a little bit here. The pace isn't that important for the walking meditation. The speed of the pace. So we don't need to worry about if we're going really slow or really fast. We just kind of want to find a steady pace, a real sense of rhythm. And just experiment here for a moment. Sometimes if we walk too slow, people can find it distracting. And sometimes if we walk too fast, we find it distracting. So everyone's different. Just finding a pace that works for you. And just a reminder that this is an open eye practice, so you don't need to have your eyes closed. Just keeping your gaze at a 45-degree angle, nice and light. So we're doing our walking meditation. You should be walking your 6 to 8 paces back and forth while I'm talking. And just check with yourself, what is the point of awareness I'm working with right now? Are you bringing your attention back to your breath? Back to your feet, or back to the movement itself? And now you can just ask yourself, where is my attention now? Just notice. Where is your attention? And then I'd like to invite you to bring your attention back to the point of awareness that you're working with. So we just keep going with our walking practice. Just noticing, where's your attention now? And then just see how subtly and quickly you can let the attention come back to your point of awareness. Either noticing the breath, the feet, or the motion itself. We're just keeping a gentle attitude with ourselves. For most people, this is probably the first time you're trying walking meditation. So we just have a nice compassionate attitude with when we're doing something new. And maybe there's a preference. Maybe you like this practice, or you don't like it, or you find it easy, or you find it hard. Just let that sense of preference drift to the back of your mind, and let the point of awareness you're working with come into the front of the mind. Might be the breath, strongly noticing the inhalations and the exhalations. It might be the bottoms of the feet, really feeling the pressure against the floor. Or it might be the motion itself. We're walking, then we're standing, then we're turning, then we're standing, then we're walking. All three points of awareness are impermanent, changing every moment, nothing to grasp onto. We just notice, observe, and experience. So let's practice strengthening the muscle of mindfulness one more time. Let's notice where our attention is right now. Is it on a thought, a plan, a worry, something that happened in the past, something that might happen in the future? That's fine. There's no problem with where the attention is. This is the moment that we make a choice. So pick your point of awareness, the breath, the feet, or the movement itself. And steer your attention there. That is the moment when we change the brain. The moment we steer the attention away from the thoughts and to the point of awareness.